following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
All right, welcome. We're live here at Barnesville High School, the Trojan Coliseum, and they are going to host a very tough opponent tonight. They got the New York Mills Eagles. We'll tell you a little bit more why I say that they're a tough opponent tonight here in just a little bit. Well, welcome once again here. It's the third game for the Barnesville Trojans, and they are 2-0, and that streak is definitely in jeopardy tonight as they will have a very tough opponent in the 22 wins and 1 loss New York Mills Eagles. The only loss that the Eagles have had this year came back on January 22nd when they would fall 67-60 to Hancock. That was a road game in Hancock. Prior to that, they started the season 12-0, and then after the last Hancock, they have rattled off 10 straight coming into tonight's game against Barnesville. So they start things off with an 81-42 win over Norman County East Ulen. Hit it all. It'll be a home game. They go on the road to Wadena, take care of the Wolverines 77-66. Back home against Mahnomen-Waban, 75-65, and then on the road at Monaga, taking care of the Braves, 66-52. They go to the Sabika tournament, pick up 2 wins in Sabika, one over Sabika and one over, I'm not even sure how to pronounce that town, Ogilvie, is my best guess, 79-38, 89-62. They would go from one tournament to another tournament, from the Sabika tournament to the Walker Hackensack Akeley tournament, where they would pick up a 65-40 win over Lake Park Audubon and a 65-62 3-point victory over Cherry. That would wrap up the 2021 portion of the season. They would go into 2022 with a win over Bertha Hewitt, 84-69, and then they would pick up an overtime win on the road in Henning by 2 points, 58-56 in overtime over the Henning Hornets. That'd bring them into January 14th, where they pick up a 74-57 win on the road at Verndale, and then a 79-46 win at home against the Battle Lake Battlers. And then January 22nd, as I mentioned, would be their one and only loss of the season, where they would fall 67-60 to Hancock. They'd bounce off that with another win, with 3 wins at home over Wadena Deer Creek, Monaga, and Frazee. Defeating Frazee 69-35. Go on the road, knock off the Pillager Huskies 88-60, and then stay on the road with a 73-47 win over Rossay, a 77-66 win at home against Henning, and then they would pull the century mark on February 14th in a matchup with Pillager. They would defeat the Huskies 100-73. 75-51 on the road at Bertha Hewitt. 78-30 at home versus Verndale, and their most recent win came back on February 24th, yesterday, when they were matched up against Parker's Prairie. They'd pick up an 80-58 win over Parker's Prairie, and that brings them into tonight's game against Barnesville. They got Sabika and Browerville Eagle Valley coming up after tonight's game to wrap up the regular season. Sabika is on Monday, February 28th, and Browerville Eagle Valley is on Tuesday, March 1st. Both of those games will be home games for the Eagles, so they'll wrap up the regular season at home with their last two opponents. Eagles, as I mentioned, 22-1 on the year, 7-1 in Section 6A play. They're in the north side of Section 6A out of the Park Region Conference, and they are 13-0 against Park Region Conference opponents. They're 8-1 when playing on the road, 3-0 on a neutral quarter, 11-0 at home. It gives them a QRF ranking of 102.1. It ranks them 9th in their class. 9th out of 165, and their state rank is 118 out of 416. And that's a look at the visiting New York Mills Eagles. And Barnesville will try and keep their undefeated streak at home alive. They come into this one 13 wins, 8 losses, 6-7 in Heart Lakes Conference play, and 6-7 in Section 8AA play. They are 5-6 in Heart Lakes Conference play. They are 6-4 overall when playing at home, 2-0 here in the Trojan Coliseum, and that gives them a QRF ranking of 76.0, class rank of 62, and a state rank of 212, and that's a look at the Barnesville Trojans. We'll take a timeout. We'll thank some of our sponsors. We'll come back with more of your pregame show right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back.
Barnesville Senex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. And don't forget that Barnesville Senex has the Caribou Coffee kiosk open each day as well. They're also your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Senex. Call them 218-354-2139 or stop in to get everything you need at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Senex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. Ratzel's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzel's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzel's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzel's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzel's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, C&S Cleaning and Restoration in Barnesville is the family-owned and operated business that you can trust to get you back to normal. Whether it's water damage from a flood, taking care of mold, establishing a carpet cleaning maintenance program, or cleaning your air ducts, the C&S motto is do it once and do it right. Call 218-329-8395 or visit cnsrestoration.com to learn about the services that C&S Cleaning and Restoration can provide for you.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
The mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially anything to do with kids and youth. You can contact the high school office for more information on how to join the Barnesville Booster Club. The Barnesville Booster Club has paid out over $800,000 to the community since 1989. Visit barnesville.k12.mn.us and click on the Booster Club under the Athletics tab for photos, Facebook link, and more information. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck in the game. Go Trojans!
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
You are invited to the Main Line and Downer, a place for your friends and the kids. You can browse the menu of all the favorites, burgers, chicken, pizza, amazing wings. Also, do not forget, they are open for breakfast. The Main Line also has a convenience store plus the end-of-the-line boutique shop that's filled with unique gifts for all your family and all your friends. The Main Line and Downer, 8 miles northeast of Barnesville or 8 miles southeast of Glendon. Order online or call in your order at 218-789-7610.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum here as the Barnesville Trojans are getting ready to host the New York Mills Eagles. Trojans 13-8 on the season. New York Mills Eagles 22-1. I want to say hi to Jim. He says, hello, good evening, Mike. And Jim, thanks so much for tuning in. We certainly appreciate that. We got some other basketball action. Tournament season is in full swing now here on Magnitude Sports over on the North Dakota side. It is the North Dakota Region 1 tournament, and the Kindred Vikings are going to more than likely advance to the Region 1 championship game. They're leading 55-12 right now over the Richland Colts. So if that score holds, Kindred will play the winner of Central Cass and Northern Cass. Central Cass, Northern Cass is going to be played in about maybe a half an hour. That game will be tipping off. And then the winner of that one will play Kindred tomorrow night for the Region 1 championship on Magnitude Sports. Myself, alongside Nick Eggman and Josh Almaris, will be on the broadcast for that one from the Shack in Fargo. And that is the home of the NDSU Bison. So we'll have a game for you tomorrow night at approximately 8 o'clock. The third place game will start at about 6:30. Matter of fact, let me pull up the schedule here. I can do that really quick. There you go. So Kindred at about either against Northern Cass or Central Cass at approximately 8 o'clock tomorrow night on Magnitude Sports. That'll be the Region 1 championship, and the winner of that game will go to the state tournament. And that should be a fun one. We've had five teams lock in their state tournament ticket, and we have two more. We've had six lock it in. We have two more who, due to weather delays, had to postpone the tournament. So the championship games will be tomorrow night for Regions 3 and 1. And Regions 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 have already punched their ticket to state. So we just need a winner from Region 1 and Region 3 on the North Dakota side to fill out the state tournament bracket. So it should be a fun game tomorrow night. It's always a tough matchup. It doesn't matter which one, the Northern Cass Jaguars or the Central Cass Squirrels. Whichever one wins, they're going to give Kindred a fight, and you're going to want to tune in for that one tomorrow night here on Magnitude. That is the Region 1 championship game. And you can check out the rest of that schedule on our website or on our Facebook page. It's pinned to the top of our Facebook page at facebook.com/magnitudesn. And you can check out our new website in about 2 days from now. 2 days and 4 hours, 31 minutes, 20-some seconds. Our new website will be up and running, and we're certainly looking forward to that. So be patient, a little bit longer, just a couple more days, we'll have our website up. Of course, you can follow us online, too, youtube.com/Magnitude Sports. Go ahead and give us a like, give us a subscription. It's free to subscribe. If you do want to contribute financially, you can hit the join button. And then you can also find us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter at Magnitude SN, and Instagram, Magnitude SN1. Are the ways that you can find us on all of our several social media sites. So, once again, Barnesville, New York Mills. Barnesville 13-8. New York Mills Eagles 22-1. Your starting lineups and more of your pregame show coming up in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville.
Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today. 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate. Wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart Pharmacy and Hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in 117 Front Street, pick up all the essentials for the home, school, and office, including smoke alarms, a wide variety of light bulbs and lighting accessories, plus power cords, envelopes, notepads, pens, glue, tape, highlighters, and much more. Don't forget that Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspar paint headquarters. Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. The Trojan Takedown Club supports Barnesville wrestling on all levels. Members serve to go to the wrestling program and are thankful for family, friends, fans, donors, and sponsors that help contribute to any and all fundraising efforts. The Trojan Takedown Club meets at the American Legion Post 153 in Barnesville in the evening of the first Wednesday of the month. For more information, search Facebook for Barnesville Trojan Wrestling. All right, welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. Mike Mason with you here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. And one thing we'd like to encourage you to do is, if you do choose to participate in the live chat or in the comments, please just keep it respectful, keep it clean. We've had a couple people get a little bit off. Let's say they were not very sportsmanlike. And so even though we've never had that problem in Barnesville, and we've never had that problem with any of Barnesville's opponents, just a courtesy, FYI, keep it kind, keep it calm, keep it respectful in the comments and the chats, and we'd certainly appreciate that. Update from the Region 1 semifinal on Magnitude Sports. There's about 5.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Kindred Vikings are on their way to the Region 1 championship with a 55-14 lead over the Richland Colts. There is a running clock in that game, so that game will be officially over in 5 minutes and 11 seconds from right now. And then, of course, we'll have the Kindred Vikings taking on either the Northern Cass Jaguars or the Central Cass Squirrels in the Region 1 Championship from the Shack in Fargo, live at about 8 o'clock tomorrow night right here on Magnitude Sports. Myself, Josh Almaris, and Nick Eggman will be on the broadcast there from the Shack in Fargo. Certainly looking forward to that one. But before we get to that one, we have to look forward to this one here. Your starting lineups for the 22-1 New York Mills Eagles under head coach Mike. I forgot to ask the coach's last names, but I got the players' names. Will be the senior guard number 1, Noah Knopfsinger, a senior guard number 2, Tate Olson, a senior center number 4, Jack Peters, a senior guard number 12, Jonah Johnson, and a senior guard number 23, Breck Hench. And for the Barnesville Trojans, it'll be the 5'10 sophomore number 1, Zach Bredman, the 6'1 senior number 12, Noah Kraus, the 5'11 senior number 13, Logan Ernst, the 6'2 junior number 15, Tate Iniger, and the 6'3 senior number 24, Caden Zenzen. Those will be your starting lineups here for the New York Mills Eagles and the 13-8 Barnesville Trojans. The national anthem is coming up. We'll take one more time out. We'll be back with your official starting lineups right after the break here on Magnitude Sports.
If you need a construction project done right the first time, then contact Bullgreen Construction. Licensed and registered, Bullgreen Construction can assist with your plans for new construction or add-on. Simple or complex projects, Bullgreen Construction is one of the featured contractors on the Barnesville City website and has the tools and expertise to get your job planned and completed. Bullgreen Construction wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game. Go Trojans!
Barnesville Internet is keeping residents connected with even faster speeds, up to 1 gig. Our symmetrical system means you can upload data at the same speed that you download. Everyday activities are quicker and hassle-free. From streaming movies in HD to video meetings with coworkers, playing online games, or saving files on the cloud. Speed matters, and so does great customer service. You've got them both with Barnesville Internet. Call or stop by today. And let's get started.
All right, welcome back. Give you a quick tour of the Trojan Coliseum. There's the Barnesville student section. You'll have mostly Barnesville fans, maybe a couple Eagle fans over on the far side there. There's 2 of the 6 scoreboards in this gym. The Eagles student section, I see that they're the first team that have anybody on that side of all the opponents who played here. And then the New York Mills fans are right below us to the left and right. There's a total of 6 scoreboards, 2 of them like that at opposite ends, the 2 over there, and then 2 more that I cannot put on camera. And now here's your starting lineups for the New York Mills Eagles.
At center, senior number 4, Jack Peters. At guard, senior number 12, Jonah Johnson. And at guard, senior number 23, Brett Hench. Head coach of the Eagles, Mike Bonney. Assistant coaches, Kyle Habermans and Zach Christensen.
All right, and now for the Barnesville Trojans.
Trojan fans. Here's the starting lineup for your Barnesville Trojans.
So once again, you got Noah Knopfsinger, Tate Olson, Jack Peters, Jonah Johnson, and Breck Hench, your starters for the 22-1 New York Mills Eagles. And now the 13-8 Barnesville Trojans. That was Zach Bredman.
Senior number 12, Noah Cross. A 5'11", senior number 13, Logan Burns. A 6'2" junior number 15, Tate Henniger. And a 6'3" senior number 24, Caden Simpson. Head coach of the Trojans, Chad Seward. Assistant coach Tracy Hintz, Jensen Beachy, and Gian Fredman. Your managers are Grady Field, Charlie Peterson, and James Rand. Your officials for tonight's game are from the Otter Tail Officials Association. They are Ron Newdell, Brian Cooler, and Ivan Hurst. These individuals are registered by the Minnesota State High School League. Officials playing.
All right, we'll put 18 minutes onto the clock, and we'll get ready to rock here for this one here between the Trojans and the Eagles here on Magnitude Sports. And whether you're tuning in, cheering on the Trojans, or if you're from the New York Mills area and you're cheering on the Eagles, we certainly appreciate you tuning in, and we hope that you enjoy the broadcast tonight. Of course, Barnesville coming off a win over Breckenridge last night. 59-32 was the final score in that one. The junior varsity game here between the Eagles and the Trojans went to the Trojans by the final score of 77-38. So that's an update on the junior varsity game. And they'll work it out top here for Knopfsinger, and he will score. He sits the first 3. 3 points on the board for the Eagles. They strike first. Here comes Zach Bredman back the other way. He gets double teamed quickly, gets it to Kraus. Kraus from behind got bumped by Jonah Johnson, and will they call a foul, or is it just strictly poked out of his hands? It was poked out of his hands, out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Trojans. So Inniger will have it now as they swing it back over to Kraus. Kraus into the corner now for Ernst. Gets it to Zenzen. Nice pass, but a little strong, and Knopfsinger will grab the rebound. So a 3-0 lead here for the Eagles on the
Ratzo's Pool Hall scoreboard as they fire it over to Hench. Hench looking inside. Now he puts the right-handed dribble to the floor, picks it up, double team, fires it over. Tate Olson for a three, in and out, won't go. And the rebound comes to Barnesville's all-time leading rebounder, Caden Zenzen. Here's Bredman now over the timeline, being guarded closely there by Hench. Bredman will get it back, and now he'll fire it to Zenzen. Zenzen into the corner for Ernst. Looking inside now, Bredman. Quick, sharp pass to Zenzen, and a little bit shy on that one. Back the other way, a little stutter step. That was kind of like a Euro step pass, and then the shot by Jonah Johnson rolled off the rim, and it was tipped back in by Tate Olson, and it's 5-0 now in favor of the New York Mills Eagles. And a turnover, and the Eagles will get the ball back. Here's Tate Olson to the hoop, and a little juggling act, and Caden Zenzen able to take it away. Going to the books as a turnover here for the New York Mills Eagles. One turnover apiece now for the teams as Bredman brings it over the timeline with 16-12 and counting to go. Here's Iniger. Iniger flops it into the corner there for Kraus. Kraus, right-handed dribble into the paint, pumps it out. Ernst catch and shoot three, has the arc, bounces out the back of the rim, no good. Back the other way, and it's a one-on-one here for Johnson, and Johnson will charge. First foul of the game.
Number 12, Jonah Johnson. That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
A little bit of a full court press here by the New York Mills Eagles. Bredman still in the backcourt. He'll get around the defender, weave his way through three would-be defenders, and now he loses the ball into the student section. It was tipped out of bounds by an Eagle, so it'll be Caden Zenzen triggering the inbounds pass from the baseline here. They'll lob it up. Iniger was intended. It was Tate Olson to take it away, and now they'll put it into the hands of Jack Peters to score. That's a quick 7-0 start here for the 22-1 New York Mills Eagles. Logan Ernst and his pass intended for Zenzen, intercepted there by Jack Peters. They'll get it into the hands of Hench. Hench now up top for Olson, back over to Hench into the corner. Looked at the basket, now drives into the paint, pops it out. Three on the way for Johnson, in and out, won't go. Rebound comes down to Iniger. Iniger will put the ball to the floor, fire it up court to Logan Ernst. Ernst has a little bit of a space. He'll go down to the baseline, find Zach Bredman cutting into the paint. He'll draw the foul.
Falls on the Eagles, number 4, Jack Peters. That's his first personal foul, first team foul. At the line to shoot 2 shots for the Trojans, number 1, Zach Bredman.
Okay, we got to take a foul away here for the Eagles because apparently that charge was not a charge. Oh no! Now they gave the second foul. So, okay, so that is correct. It is 2 fouls for the Eagles. And 2 free throws for Zach Bredman. So Bredman, the first Trojan on the scorebook. Bobbled pass on the floor, picked up here by Nielsen. Nielsen gets it to Kraus. Kraus is stripped away. Nice defensive play there by Breck Hench, the senior guard for the Eagles, and some back and forth, fast-paced basketball here.
Taking it from the Eagles, number 25, Sam Copweiler.
14:56. We'll keep our clock stopped for a moment. Iniger spins, lost the ball, tips it back out. Nielsen up top to Kraus. Kraus pumps it out. Bredman lets the defender go by. The three's on the way, and it's in. Zach Bredman hits the three. He has all five of Barnesville's points. 14:34 and counting to go here in the first half. And after a 7-0 start by the New York Mills Eagles, it's a turnover into the hands of Bredman to the hoop. Left it a little bit short off the bottom of the backboard. They'll stay with the Trojans as the ball goes out of bounds. Nielsen up top, Iniger over to Kraus, into the corner. Bredman for 3, no, a little strong.
Rebound will come down into the hands of Johnson. Johnson quickly up court, over on the far side, over the timeline is Knopfsinger. Wide, high, lofting pass to the hoop, scoring Tate Olson.
Eagle basket, number 2, Tate Olson.
So after a 7-0 start by the Eagles, Barnesville responds with a 5-0 run, and now New York Mills scores to make it 9-5. Here's Noah Kraus outside, Nielsen for a 3, and he got it. 9-8, that's a 1-point game, and Barnesville's right back in it, and New York Mills calls timeout. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
No matter where you're headed, Barnesville Grocery is on your way. Conveniently located between Fargo and 200 of Minnesota's beautiful lakes, Barnesville Grocery includes grocery, produce, bakery, deli, and meat departments, always striving to make everything not only fresh but delicious too. The high standard for quality isn't just for the products they carry. You can also expect high-quality customer service from the employees at Barnesville Grocery. Barnesville Grocery, located at 123 2nd Street Southeast in Barnesville, open daily 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can also visit the website at barnesvillegrocery.com.
All right, welcome back. 9-8 with 13:40 to go here in the first half of play in favor of the let's try that again. New York Mills Eagles. It is now final. The Kindred Vikings defeating the Richland Colts 55-19. Here's a 3 left short. Rebound underneath there by Johnson, and he scored. So the Kindred Vikings will play tomorrow night on Magnitude in the Region 1 Championship against either Northern Cass or Central Cass. There's a 3 from Noah Kraus. And as a result of that shot, we are knotted up at 11 apiece. Substitution for Barnesville at the next break in action here. With the basketball now is Tate Olson. Olson, one dribble, pushes it into the corner, and now they lob it back up top here for Hench. Hench into Olson, free throw line, flings it over, thought about it, gets double teamed inside there for Knopfsinger. That one's a little bit short, and the rebound will come to Barnesville, and the Trojans will have a chance to take the lead here. Quickly into the corner, it's Jack Nielsen. Nielsen hands it off as he falls down to Bredman. Bredman, step back 3. No, a little bit off the mark. And the rebound comes down into the hands of Jack Peters. Peters will dish it out to Olson in the backcourt. Hench gets it to Olson. Olson looking around, gets it back to Hench. Hench surveying, fires it over to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger into the high post for Olson. Pass deflected and into the hands of Bredman. And Bredman's pass intended there for Kraus goes up court. And what in the world is this? That is pretty sweet. And Jack Peters is the one who scores on a little bit of fanciness there from the New York Mills Eagles. I like that. I honestly like that.
Second for the Trojans, number 40, Wyatt Suter. Number 4, Cameron Hang.
Wyatt Suter, Cameron Hang in. That puts Noah Kraus and Tate Iniger on the sideline for a breather.
Second for the Trojans, number 23, Ryan Rusted.
Ryan Rusted will also come in the place of Jack Nielsen. So Rusted, number 23, Suter 40, and Cam Hang 4 for the Eagles fans who want to keep track. Here's Rusted, a little floater, got it. Tied at 13, 11:37 and counting to go here. They'll fire it here to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger looking around, punches it back over to Hench. Hench into the corner, quickly down to Tate Olson on the baseline, triple team, and he's fouled. That's the first foul of the game here on the Trojans.
Foul on the Trojans, number 4, Cameron Hang. That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
Cameron Hang, the 6-foot senior, gets the foul in the basket. I didn't see who scored it. Noah Knopfsinger is the one who got the bucket there for the Eagles. 11-11 to go, a 2-point lead here for New York Mills. 15-13. They'll get the ball there to Suter. Suter out of bounds, no foul. It'll be Barnesville basketball. They'll inbound it from underneath the hoop on the baseline. Looks like Zach Bredman will go take the honors to trigger that inbounds pass. Zenzen to Rusted. Back over to Bredman, into Zenzen, to the hoop and scores. We're tied at 15. Just a few seconds inside the 11-minute mark to go. Here's Knopfsinger will bring it over the timeline. Knopfsinger thought about the pass, now fires it over there for Johnson. Johnson, I believe that's Olsen underneath. Reverse layup, and they're going to call a foul. And Caden Zenzen not in agreement with that. And if I were to look at the replay, I might have to agree with Caden Zenzen. I'm not sure what the ref saw, but I can tell you what I saw, and I don't think it was the same thing the referee saw, but that's all good. Tate Olsen connects on the free throw. Gives the Eagles the lead again at 16-15 with 10:41 to go here in the first half of play on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard. Phil's tuning in from Ratsos Pool Hall. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you tip your servers. They certainly deserve it with all the hard work they put in, and not only serving you, but putting all these games on for the Barnesville Trojans. So keep that one in mind. Here's Ryan Rusted now. Down 2 of the Trojans, 17-15. And that's Cam Haing along 2 that rolls off the front of the rim. Won't go. Rebound goes into the hands of Brian Bone. Brian Bone is a senior guard for the Eagles. He's wearing number 15. He has the ball right now. Bone will swing it over to, I believe that's Knopfsinger, and it is. Now back to Bone. Back over to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger, that right-handed dribble into the corner there for Johnson. Down low to Olsen. Olsen double teamed and found the way to keep the ball in bounds, but put it into the hands of Zach Bredman. And then from behind, and the ball is saved into the hands of Cameron Haing, who left it a little bit short. And a rebound, and that will go back to New York Mills. Up by 2 here inside 10 minutes to go now here at the Trojan Coliseum. As it appears, Noah Kraus will check back into the lineup here for Barnesville at the next break in action. As the Eagles get the ball into the hands of Johnson now. Olsen being guarded by Suter up top to Knopfsinger now. Knopfsinger surveying inside. He'll fire it down low to the baseline. And the missed shot picked up by Tate Olsen. He scores. 9:23 and counting to go. Back up to a 4-point lead. Cameron Haing blocked. Zenzen, baseline jumper on the follow-up. Right back to Cameron Haing. He'll draw the foul.
Calls on the Eagles, number 15, Brian Bowman. That's his first personal foul. Team's third. At the line to shoot 2 shots for the Trojans, number 4, Cameron Haing.
2 shots here for Cameron Haing. He'll miss the first one.
Checking for the Trojans, number 2, Jack Nielsen.
Jack Nielsen in. That brings Zach Bredman out. Second free throw is out. Did he go over the line? Yes, he did. So it won't go in as a make, and it won't go in as a miss. It's a over-the-line violation on the free throw, so if you're keeping track of free throws, it's as if that one never happened. Here's Bone. Bone up top. This is Knopfsinger now. Knopfsinger will get a screen there from Johnson. Now get the ball to Johnson. Johnson back to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger dribbles into the free throw line. Needs a little bit of help. Gets it out there into the hands of Bone. Bone back to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger will back up in between the circles. Hands it off to Tate Olsen. Olsen, one dribble, Knopfsinger, catch and shoot, 3-pointer, in and out, won't go. Rebound comes down to Suter, and now Kraus will bring it up the court. Kraus weaves through defenders, puts one up. Zenzen had the rebound, and then it was stripped away. Tate Olsen will... There's a foul on the Trojans. Checking into the lineup here is Breck Hench.
Checking for the Trojans, number 1, Zach Bredman, number 15, Tate Nander.
So Knopfsinger will get a breather on the bench for the Eagles. And right underneath, the shot is made there by Jack Peters. Kraus will tee it up for a three. That one won't go in. Nice pass here to Johnson. Johnson up top for Olsen. Olsen runs into the high post into a double team. Now needs a little bit of help. Fires it over there for Hench. Or Bone, excuse me. I got the wrong player in there. Up top for Olsen. Olsen now open for three. Bone, yes, got it. Eagles starting to inch away with this one, up 9 now. Iniger with the basketball, and Iniger fights and he gets blocked. Turnover's an issue, block shots an issue. It's not that they haven't gotten good looks at the basket, it's just that the Eagles' defense is phenomenal right now.
Calls on the Trojans, number 1, Zach Bredman. That's his first personal foul, team 4. At the line to shoot 2 shots for the Eagles, number 4, Jack Peters.
So Jack Peters, the senior center, will step up to the Barnesville Senex free throw line. They have not missed until now. That was the first miss from the free throw line here for the New York Mills Eagles. Second one. That'll also be off the mark. 7:05 and counting here. Zach Bredman brings it up over the timeline, and now a whistle. And a timeout, Barnesville. We'll take one with them. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Hammers Construction is now hiring for a project manager, superintendent, and construction laborers. Since 1956, Hammers Construction has served the region in construction for the commercial, industrial, and agricultural industries, while sticking to the core values of honesty, quality, and integrity. If that's you, then visit our website, hci-mn.com. View photos of recent projects, then click on the Careers tab to start the 2-minute application. Hammers Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
All right, welcome back. 7:02 to go here in the first half of play. Barnesville basketball.
Falls on the Eagles, number 1, Noah Knopfsinger. That's his first personal foul, team 4.
They'll work it to Iniger. Iniger, Bredman for a three. Yes, he got it. 24-18 on the three-pointer by Zach Bredman. 6:45 and counting to go here in the first half on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard. Knopfsinger has it. They'll get it into Bone. Bone back up top now. That is Hench. Olsen has it. Being guarded there by Nielsen, and it's poked away, and Nielsen will get the loose ball up to Bredman, and then the Trojans will lose it all the way up court, and laying it in is Jack Peters. 26-18 now in favor of the Eagles. Bredman drives the baseline. Small guy up against the giant, gets it down and draws the foul. Zach Bredman, the first player from either team to enter the double-digit club. He has 10. And that is now the second personal on Noah Knopfsinger. So Zach Bredman will go to the Barnesville Senex free throw line here with 6:05 to go, and he'll knock down the free extra point. 6:05 and counting, 26-21, back to a 5-point game here. Barnesville Trojans looking to close that gap, but New York Mills has been very impressive up to this point. Hench has it. Hench fires it near side here for Johnson. Johnson directing traffic, one dribble, pushes it into the corner here for Bone. Bone dribbles it back up top where he hands it off there to Hench. Hench quickly, baseline, Johnson, shot up and in. Nice pass from Hench to Johnson.
7-point advantage now, 28-21 as Bredman brings it up over the court. Barnesville doing a great job of staying within single digits. Inside to Zenzen, and that one's a little bit strong. That one missed, and back the other way now come the Eagles. And it just seems like they have the magic touch on the basketball. The pass in midair off the baseline, and it gets it to Breck Hench, who scores. Kraus for a three. Yes, he got it. Barnesville staying within striking distance, and a pass intercepted there by Zenzen. Now Bredman will bring it back up the court. Bredman, step back long two, left it a little bit short, rebound to Tate Olson. And the fake pass off the glass and in. Nice job there by Brian Bone. 32-24 our score, 4.5 to go first half. Bredman to Iniger. Iniger now gets it to Kraus. Kraus turns, spins, top, Nielsen. Back to Kraus, driving the baseline, runs into a double team. Gets to Iniger, free throw line jumper off to the left side, off the mark, and out of bounds, and it'll go to New York Mills.
Checking for the Trojans, number 40, Wyatt Suter, number 23, Ryan Rusted.
.411 and counting. Tate Olson gets the ball back, high post, looking around, dribbles into the paint, dishes it down to the baseline for the basket from Jack Peters. And this is the first 10-point advantage that New York Mills has had in this game, and that one's tipped away. Slowing it down high on the far side is Bone. 2 passes later, it's Jack Peters. And all of a sudden, that 4-point lead is turned into a 12-point lead for the Eagles. Ryan Rusted to Suter. Suter thought about it, and now his pass intercepted by Olson. Another turnover here for Barnesville. And Olson will weave through defenders, and man, they are really good.
By number 2, Tate Olson.
Here's Kraus. His shot blocked. Comes right back to him. Thought about it. Now Suter, short jumper, in and out, won't go. Zenzen, rebound, foul.
Fouls on the Eagles, number 12, Jovan Johnson. That's his second personal foul, team's 4. At the line to shoot 2 shots for the Trojans, number 24, Caden Zenzen.
Caden Zenzen at the Barnesville Senex free throw line as Jonah Johnson goes out. Noah Knopfsinger comes in his place. And the second free throw from Zenzen is also off the mark. And the rebound will come down to Jack Peters. It'll be Tate Olson bringing it up the court. 3 minutes and change to go, first half of play. Knopfsinger, double teamed, down to the baseline. Now back up top. Olson looks to the left, fires right into the hands of Hench. I'm sorry, look to the right, fires left is what I meant to say. And Zenzen's going to get a foul.
Checking for the Trojans, number 15, Tate Iniger.
6 fouls for the Eagles, 5 for the Trojans so far here. Knopfsinger will fire it up top for Hench. Hench gets it back to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger dribbles up high on the far side, up towards the top here for Olson. Fires it back over to Hench. Hench lobs it in high post. Olson nearly had trouble controlling it. Up top, Bone. Knopfsinger for 3. No, left it short. Knopfsinger gets a loose ball, and now they get it to Bone. Up top, Olson. Olson, Bone for 3. No, off the mark.
Barnesville best player, 15, Tate Iniger.
Tate Iniger getting into the scorebooks. He has 2 points now. Here's Tate Olson. Get out to Hench. Hench looking inside, gets it to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger, and that one's intercepted. Zach Bredman all alone to the hoop, and too strong on the layup. Minute 30 and counting to go. Here's Hench, inside to Olson. Olson, boom. Bone up top, back to Olson. Olson thought about it, now finds some space, dishes it off on the baseline. What a pass from Olson to Jack Peters for the bucket. Suter now. Suter stumbles, and did he travel? Yes, he did. My vision was partially blocked on the lower side here. All right, so Braden Partlow will come in for Noah Knopfsinger. It's the first time Partlow's been on the court, to the best of my knowledge. They'll get it into the hands of Hench. Hench to Olson. Olson hands it off. Bone up top now. That is Hench again. And it's turned over. 45 seconds to go, first half, 40 to 26. Here's Noah Kraus. And that layup will not go in. Rebound. And it will be Hench. He'll hand it off in the backcourt here for Tate Olson. 30 seconds to go. Tate Olson with the ball. Gets it there to Hench. Partlow. Hench again. Backs up. 20 seconds to go. Tate Olson looked into the corner. Now dribbles back out top. Partlow. Partlow to Hench. Hench to Olson. Olson. Pass down low. Shot blocked. 5 seconds to go. Redmond with the basketball, 23-footer, left it short. New York Mills 40, Barnesville 26 at halftime here at the Trojan Coliseum. It's been a fun first half so far, and we'll see what the second half has to bring. But first, your halftime show coming up next here in a moment on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And this one popped up. Can Oliver Luck send them to Shelby? The Post 400 Stars will continue their season in North Carolina.
The Post 400 Stars return for season number 3 on Magnitude Sports. Saturday, March 12th starts a 14-game series live from Vero Beach, Florida. Also, catch the Stars live on Magnitude from the Veterans Classic Tourney, the Gopher Classic, the Creighton Pret Tournament from Omaha, Nebraska, all the home games, and every game from the state tournament at Young Field in West Fargo will be live on Magnitude. If it's Post 400 baseball, it's on Magnitude Sports. Cabral Metalworks in Rossay offers machining, fabrication, and design services from CNC plasma cutting, precision forming and welding to prototype and CAD design. Cabral Metalworks can assist you with almost any project. Family owned and operated, Cabral Metalworks has a passion for metalworking and makes customer satisfaction its #1 priority. Whether you're a large corporation or an individual with a sketch design on a napkin, Cabral Metalworks can meet your needs from concept to the final product. Call 218-329-5990 or visit cabralmetalworks.com today. All right, we'll bring it back here to get you some halftime entertainment here at the Trojan Coliseum. Right now, New York Mills up 40 to 26 over the Barnesville Trojans here at halftime. Some of your leaders for the New York Mills Eagles. You got Tate Olson with 10 points. You got 12 points for Jack Peters, 5 for Brian Bone, 2 for Breck Hench. Those are your leading scorers for New York Mills at the moment. And for the Barnesville Trojans, you have 6 points here for Noah Kraus, 2 more for Tate Iniger, 2 more for Ryan Rustad,
And leading the way right now for Barnesville is Zach Bredman with 11 points. Zach Bredman with a foul. As a matter of fact, every Barnesville Trojan with one foul with the exception of Caden Zenzen, who has 2. One foul for Jack Peters and one foul for Brian Bone on the New York Eagles side. And those are unofficial numbers there. Just a few of the highlights from the stats. As we take a look at our Willow Creek Insurance stat report, the Barnesville Trojans shooting 9 of 28 with 10 of those 28 attempts coming from behind the three-point arc. They are 50% from the Barnesville Senex free throw line, committed 6 fouls, turned the ball over 9 times. The Eagles shooting 18 of 27, 2 of 8 from behind the arc, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 fouls, and turned the ball over 4 times. Barnesville certainly has a little bit of work to do if they want to keep their undefeated streak alive here at the Trojan Coliseum. But man, the New York Mills Eagles look very impressive in that first half, and they have certainly proven in that first half of play why they are 22-1 on the year, coming out of the 6A conference, Park Region Conference is what I meant to say, 6A section. About 6.5 minutes away from halftime here. Want to thank Jim for tuning in as he does so faithfully, and we certainly appreciate that. And we want to thank our sponsors once again, including Barnesville Senex, Ratsos Pool Hall, CNS Cleaning and Restoration, Dean's Bulk Service, Barnesville Booster Club, Stein Seed, Mainline Grill and Downer, Willow Creek Insurance, Midwest Bank, Halverson Farm, Priority Real Estate, The Pitchfork, Purple Goose, Barnesville Drug and Hardware, the Barnesville Takedown Club, Ball Green Construction, Barnesville Internet, Barnesville Grocery, Hammers Construction, Post 400 Baseball, and Cabro Metalworks in Barnesville. And here's your second edition of our halftime entertainment here. Coming up here next for on the schedule here for these two teams. For the Barnesville Trojans, they'll be at home here on Tuesday, March 1st. They'll be hosting the Wheaton Herman Norcross Warriors. And then they'll finish off the regular season on the road at Pelican Rapids, taking on the Vikings on Friday, March 4th. You can catch that game on the Pelican Rapids YouTube channel. You can catch the Wheaton Herman Norcross game right here on Magnitude Sports. And for the New York Mills Eagles, coming up for them, they have 2 more games left on the regular season schedule after tonight. They'll be home against Sabika on Monday, and then that'll wrap up February. They'll kick off Tuesday, March 1st, at home against Browerville Eagle Valley. And then I'll wrap up the regular season there for the New York Mills Eagles, and then they'll head into the postseason. Barnesville will head into the postseason, and we'll have some postseason coverage for you yet. We're still waiting on the brackets to be filled out and all that good stuff. But based on some of the information that I've been able to retrieve, the girls' bracket will be filled out this weekend, probably tomorrow or Sunday at the latest. And then the boys' bracket probably about a week after that. So this tomorrow or Sunday, we should know who Barnesville is playing in the postseason for the girls' team. And then the boys' team will be about a week later. And then we'll also have coverage of the Perham Yellow Jackets for you here on Magnitude Sports. And then, of course, North Dakota playoffs kicked off on Magnitude tonight. The Kindred Vikings getting a semifinal win, a big one. 40-plus point win over the Richland Colts. So the Kindred Vikings will advance to the Region 1 Championship. And they'll play the winner of Northern Cass Jaguars and the Central Cass Squirrels. That game in progress right now. And whoever wins that matchup will play Kindred tomorrow night here on Magnitude at 8 o'clock. Give or take about 5 minutes or so. I don't know if I could let somebody swing me like that. My back hurts just thinking about that, me possibly going through those motions. So. All right, well, we have about 3 minutes before the second half. We'll take another timeout. We'll be right back here in a moment on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Barnesville Senex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. And don't forget that Barnesville Senex has the Caribou Coffee kiosk open each day as well. They're also your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Senex. Call them 218-354-2139 or stop in to get everything you need at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Senex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. Ratzo's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzo's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzo's Pool Hall on Facebook, give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzo's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzo's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, CNS Cleaning and Restoration in Barnesville is the family-owned and operated business that you can trust to get you back to normal. Whether it's water damage from a flood, taking care of mold, establishing a carpet cleaning maintenance program, or cleaning your air ducts, the CNS motto is do it once and do it right. Call 218-329-8395 or visit cnsrestoration.com to learn about the services that CNS Cleaning and Restoration can provide for you.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
The mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially anything to do with kids and youth. You can contact the high school office for more information on how to join the Barnesville Booster Club. The Barnesville Booster Club has paid out over $800,000 to the community since 1989. Visit barnesville.k12.mn.us and click on the Booster Club under the Athletics tab for photos, Facebook link, and more information. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck in the game. Go Trojans!
All right, welcome back. Second half about to get underway here. We'll put 18 minutes onto the clock. And, well, for the New York Mills fans, they have traveled pretty well here for about the hour and 15-minute trip it takes to get to Barnesville, as they have filled the visitors section probably more than any other opponent in this new building here at the Trojan Coliseum has. Breckenridge certainly didn't have this many fans the other night. Minnewaska area wasn't able to fill it. New York Mills, congrats on your fans coming along and filling up this side of the gym. That's pretty awesome. And it's pretty awesome for the Eagles on the scoreboard right now at the moment, too. They're up 40-26 to start the second half. Here's Caden Zenzen, and that one will not go. Rebound will come down into the hands of Noah Knopfsinger and then quickly up the court here. They'll get it into the hands of, that's Hench again. Now Knopfsinger fires it over there for Johnson. Up top to Hench. Hench to Olsen. Olsen thought about it. Zenzen stepped up on him. Now the pass inside, and the basket is scored by Jonah Johnson. Inniger flips it over to Kraus. Kraus dribbles in. Inniger right around the near wing. Three on the way. Has the arc, has the shot, has the point. Logan Ernst on the triple. 42-29 our score now. A minute gone in the second half. Hench up top now, Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger thought about going inside, gets it over. Olsen thought about pulling the trigger on the three. Now they'll put it in the corner here for Hench. Hench's three is off the mark, and Zenzen will get the rebound back the other way. Now comes Zach Bredman. Our camera person is temporarily on assignment. We'll put it that way, and so I'm running everything by myself for a couple of minutes. There's Tate Inniger with the shot.
all of a sudden it's a 10-point game, and another basket like that turns it to single digits. Certainly will put some gas in the tank here for Barnesville. Here's Johnson up top now, Knopfsinger, now Olsen. Olsen will dribble it back up in between the circles with 16:04 and counting to go here in the second half of play. Knopfsinger with the three. That one rolls on top of the basket and it's missed. And the ball eventually gets back to Olsen, who pushes it down low for Jack Peters, and he scores, and it's 44-32. Iniger thought about it. Now long two is on the way. Left it a little bit short. Rebound for Zenzen, and he puts it up. That one's off the mark. Baseline. Two quick passes near side here for Johnson. Johnson dribbles in. Hench up top, Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger, corner now here for, that is Johnson. And the three is up and in. Logan Ernst, a little strong. Zenzen for the rebound, and there's a whistle. I couldn't quite see.
Fouls on the Eagles, number 2, Tate Olsen. That's his first personal foul, team's first. At the line to shoot 2 shots for the Trojans, number 24, Caden Zenzen. Second for the Eagles, number 15, Brian Bowles.
Update from the girls' game. Barnesville up in Thief River Falls, taking on the Prowlers, and the Lady Trojans have a 28-24 lead over Thief River Falls. Quickly up court, and that is an easy one for Knopfsinger. He scores again. 51-32, Knopfsinger with 9 points. He's your third leading scorer. Right now they are led with 14 by Jack Peters, and a turnover. And up court, reverse layups up and in. And Jonah Johnson with 11 points now, and the New York Eagles are in charge of this one. And a timeout, Barnesville. We'll take one with them. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
All right, welcome back. 14-10. We'll take another second off our clock. Inbounds pass comes into the backcourt. Zach Bredman, Trojans down 53-32 here on the Ratzels Pool Hall scoreboard. Quick passing, Zenzen spins. That was partially blocked on the way up. Iniger couldn't get the rebound, and back the other way now comes Johnson. And he scores. Takes it all the way down to the other end of the court. Kraus, Ernst, and that pass is tipped away, and it'll go back to I said hi to Casey. He just messaged me on my phone, and I agree with you, Casey. Down low, that is, let me grab my roster. I dropped it on the floor. Peters missed I don't know if he missed the shot or if it was turned over, one of the two. 3, and that one's a little bit strong. Zenzen with the rebound left it a little bit short.
And if Zenzen's had some issues leaving these shots short. He probably should have right around 10 points right now, but instead he has 2. And if he did have 10, this would be a lot closer game. Not to state the obvious, of course, but back the other way now. Up top now, that is Johnson. Johnson back over to Olsen. He'll take the gamble on the 3, and that one didn't pay off. And the rebound up court quickly. Noah Kraus up against Olsen. It rolls in and one.
Basket's good, and he's fouled by the Eagles' number 2, Tate Olsen. That's his second personal foul. Team second.
Hey, timeout on the floor, so we'll take a timeout as well. We're back in a moment here on Magnitude.
Timeout, New York Bills.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, welcome back. 55-34 here as we come out of the New York Mills Eagles timeout. Eagles up 55-34 with 12:34 to go here in the second half on the Ratzel's Pool Hall scoreboard. Certainly appreciate you tuning in, and even got a few messages from some Barnesville fans saying that, hey, the Eagles are fun to watch. Even though Barnesville is on the losing side of the scoreboard at the moment, we're getting positive feedback from Barnesville fans. And then if that doesn't show sportsmanship, then I don't know what does. But I absolutely agree with those comments. Here's Noah Kraus in and out and rolling around and out and missed it. You'd think that the home team would get the friendly roll on a free throw, but apparently not here. Nice pass down low. Tate Olsen give the assist to Jonah Johnson. And 57-34, all the credit in the world to Barnesville. They're certainly playing their hearts out in this one and making it exciting here, even though New York Mills is starting to pull away with this one. 12 minutes to go. Here's Jack Nielsen, flips it inside. Zenzen does not get another one, and it's got to be frustrating him a little bit. He's a good kid, and he doesn't let things get to him, but man, when you miss that many shots that you'd normally make and just get the unlucky roll or the unlucky bounce or the unlucky tip, that's what's happened to Caden Zenzen tonight. He should easily have 12, 14 points. There, he's got a little confidence booster as he gets the interception there. Although the turnover margin is in favor of the Eagles by almost 50%, 6-12. I guess that is 50%. Here's Zach Bredman. And Zenzen finally gets one to drop off the rebound. He has 4 points. He should be easily in double digits by now, approaching 20, but he only has 4 as a result. Here's Olsen into the corner, three-pointer on the way from Bone. That one's off the mark, and a rebound in midair, and the follow-up by Nossinger won't go in. It's 2 missed shots, one from behind the arc, one from in front of the arc. And here's Jack Nielsen, stutter step to the hoop, won't go. Zenzen can't get it to go again. He got the rebound, but man, they're just not falling for Caden Zenzen tonight. Olsen with the basketball. He'll back up in between the circles. 10:25 and counting to go. They'll fire it over far side there for Bone. And now out into the near corner for Johnson. Johnson works it into the mid post. That's Tate Olsen to the hoop, won't go. Rebound tapped into the hands, now up court, and Bredman will score. Nice pass from Logan Ernst to get it up to Bredman for the points. 57-38, 10 minutes to go. Cross-court pass here to Bone. Now they'll feed it back inside for Knopfsinger, and the dish across the paint for Jack Peters. It was totally looking like Knopfsinger had no shot at all. He found the pass, and they got the points as a result. Pretty impressive there. Up court now here to Bone after the missed three by Bredman. Now they'll get it into the hands there. Johnson up to Olsen. Olsen will hold on to it for a second. 9.5 to go. 59-38. Bone, now Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger up to the high post, and there's a foul. I believe it's going to go on Bredman.
Falls on the Trojans, number 1, Jack Bredman. That's the second person foul, team first.
Nielsen will come out. Gannon Ballgreen will come in for the Barnesville Trojans. Gannon Ballgreen wearing number 5. And he's put some production on the court in the last couple games here for Barnesville. We'll see if he can provide a spark for the Trojans this time around as well. Get it over to Knopfsinger. He's guarded by Ballgreen. Knopfsinger gets it up top into the hands there of Johnson. Johnson floats one inside for Tate Olsen. And yeah, it was a foul. That time, there's no argument there.
Justin's good. He's fouled by the Trojans, number 24. Caden Zenzen, that's his third personal foul. Team second.
Caden Zenzen picked up his third. Caden Zenzen may argue with you that it should have been only his second, but it's his third. And that'll send Tate Olsen to the Barnesville Senex free throw line. 9:02 to go, and the free throw is off the mark. Rebound comes down to Barnesville. Noah Kraus brings it up court. Into the paint, up top. Bredman lost it. It's a turnover. Back the other way now comes, and now they turn it over. Both number 1s for their respective teams turn it over. They'll get it to Zenzen, and Zenzen to the hoop and scores. Let's see here. There should be 2 more points for New York Mills. 61-40. There you go, correct score on your screen now. Here's Jonah Johnson. They get it to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger will back up high on the near side. 8:20 and counting to go in the ball game, barring a 21-point comeback here from the Trojans. And that one tipped by Suter. He tried to corral it and head down court, but it'll remain New York Mills basketball. Ooh, he caught it in midair and went over the midcourt stripe to avoid the over and back. And now they'll loft it in on the alley-oop. Knopfsinger to Olsen. And a foul. Zach Bredman just picked up his third. It's the team's third of the second half. And after the alley-oop from Knopfsinger to Olsen, Olsen will not complete the three-point play. Rebound Suter, Bredman brings it up. Bredman at the top of the key. Looking around, hands it off, Ballgreen. Ballgreen tried to loft it in. Oh, and did it go off? Yes, it will stay with Barnesville. I wasn't sure if it went off Tate Olsen's foot or Caden Zenzen's foot, but it must have went off Tate Olsen's foot because Barnesville has the basketball. That shot a little bit strong from Suter, but now Kraus will tee it up for a three, a little strong there. And another offensive rebound. Suter scores and one.
Basket's good. Team's third. Timeout, Barnesville.
And we have a timeout with 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go. We have a timeout by Barnesville. We'll take a timeout with them. Free throws when we return after this on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. All right, welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum here. New York Mills Eagles up 63-42 with 7:30 to go in the second half here on the Ratsos Pool Hall scoreboard. I want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank the Eagles fans tuning in, watching the game tonight. And we hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. I know the scoreboard's certainly favorable for you at the moment here. And the New York Mills Eagles, during the timeout, their cheerleaders, pumping up the crowd just below us, off to the left and right, and there's a little bit of purple over in that student section for the Eagles. But you know, it's a free country. You can sit where you want, right? Missed free throw, and now lofting it down the court and scoring. I've never seen that long of a pass in the game of basketball, and they connect for 2 points. Zach Bredman thought about it, cuts into the paint. Now Ballgreen tees it up for three, left it a little bit short. Rebound comes down to the hands of Peters, and now 2 passes later, Knopfsinger avoids a double team, and in midair the pass continues into the corner for three, and the only thing that didn't go right on that was the shot going in. Barnesville save it, get it to Zenzen, right to the hoop, left it short again. Rolls off, didn't get the roll he needed. 6:35 and counting. Quickly, Knopfsinger behind the arc. Thought about it, didn't pull the trigger. Looking inside, gets it up top into the hands of Bone. Bone with 2 dribbles, runs into a double team, bounces it here to Hench. Hench runs into a double team. Now they get it to the free throw line, down to the baseline for Knopfsinger, outside to Bone. Bone back up top for Hench. Hench looking around, free throw line, spinning is Peters. And now down low, the shot's up and in by Bone. 67-42, 6 minutes to go. Zach Bredman with the basketball, and that one's tipped away, and it's scooped up by Olsen. And that one's tipped by Zenzen. It was a pass intended there for Tate Olsen. And do we have a foul on Olsen, or do we have a foul on Ballgreen? Or is there no foul? There's no foul, just run out of bounds. Jack Nielsen, Ryan Rustad in, Gannon Ballgreen, and Zach Bredman out. They'll pop it into the hands here of Hench. Hench tried to feed it down low. Suter gets the interception. Braden Bredman into the basketball game now here for Barnesville. He's wearing number 3. And there's a turnover. Back the other way, Tate Olsen with the basketball, and Caden Zenzen will foul him hard. Zenzen picking up his 4th.
Number 24, Caden Zenzen. That's his 4th personal foul, team's 4th. At the line to shoot 3 shots.
Tate Olsen will go to the free throw line. And he'll connect. 19 points now for Tate Olsen. He's your leader at the moment. Right behind him is Jack Peters with 16 and 13 points for Jonah Johnson, your 3 leaders. 5'11" and counting. Here's Jack Nielsen to Braden Bredman. Bredman's pass is Zen intercepted. And now up court, it's Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger holds it. Hench into the corner. They'll get it to Johnson, back to Hench now. Hench back to Johnson. Johnson thought about it, didn't pull the trigger. One dribble in, puts it back up top for Olsen. Inside 5 minutes to go now. We're actually going to stop our clock for a couple seconds. Caden Zenzen's out. Fouls out of the game with 5 fouls and 6 points. Tate Iniger and Logan Ernst will come in. Braden Bredman will go out. So Iniger in to replace the now fouled out Caden Zenzen, who was our player of the game last night. But he had a rough day today against New York Mills. .445 to go here. 3-pointer on the way and in. That was Knopfsinger. 71-42. Up top, Iniger. Now that gets it over to, that's Rusted over there. Now Ernst. Back to Iniger. Tees it up for a 3. Catch and shoot, and it rolls in. 71-45, 4:05 to go. They'll loft it in there for Peters, and Peters to the hoop won't go. Olsen had the rebound, lost it. Peters on the ground, turnover as Suter picks it up. Now back up to court, here comes, I believe that's Ernst. Ernst hands it off for Nielsen, and Nielsen will lose it. They'll battle for it on the ground. It'll go into the hands of Ryan Rusted. Rusted will be fouled. That's Suter down low. Iniger at the free throw line, kicks it out for Ernst. 3.5 to go. Ernst still with it. Now Iniger. Iniger with a 22-footer, a little strong. Barnesville looking for anything they can get right now to get some points on the board, and instead they'll get a couple of missed shots, and now they'll loft it up there. Olsen, and in midair, Knopfsinger with the reverse. 73-45, 3:07 to go now here on the Ratzels Pool Hall scoreboard. Here's Ryan Rusted. Rusted works it down low. Suter through defenders, won't go. Iniger muscles a rebound, and now his shot is blocked. And returning it the other way, and another alley-oop. This one courtesy of Jonah Johnson for Tate Olsen, and a timeout. Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart Pharmacy and Hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street and get your family prepared for winter. All the essentials: shovels, sleds for the kids, furnace filters, boots, gloves, ice melt, and get free delivery when you purchase 10 or more bags. Don't forget, Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspur Paint headquarters. Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season. The Trojan Takedown Club supports Barnesville wrestling on all levels. Members serve to go to the wrestling program and are thankful for family, friends, fans, donors, and sponsors that help contribute to any and all fundraising efforts. The Trojan Takedown Club meets at the American Legion Post 153 in Barnesville in the evening of the first Wednesday of the month. For more information, search Facebook for Barnesville Trojan Wrestling. All right, welcome back. 2:44 to go here. Actually, I haven't turned off the music yet. There we go. Now they've turned off the music. That's one you can't leave on because that'll be a worldwide block on YouTube, and don't want that, that's for sure. Ryan Bowen scoring, now 77-45. Bowen with 11 points. Your leader right now with 19 is Tate Olson. Number 10, that's Owen Riddle. And number 11 is Carson Hagan. And I'm going to have to get used to the new names. Usually I just have one roster. Now I'm going to need 2 rosters in my hands here. So inside 2 minutes to go, and now New York Mills Eagles will bring in some new players, and that will stop the clock with 1 minute and 53 seconds to go. So for the Barnesville Trojans, you have Ethan Larson, number 32, Owen Riddle, number 10. You have Gannon Ballgreen, number 5. You have number 11 is Carson Hagan. And number 21 is Johnny Robideau. And for the New York Mills Eagles, you got Will Oakes, number 24. With the ball now is number 3. I don't have number 3 on my roster. Not sure who that is. Number 25 is Sam Kottbeiler. Number 34, I believe, is Roland Dykoff. That's coming from the junior varsity roster because I don't have a 34 on my varsity roster.
Number 3, Hunter Holtby.
And see, did I miss anybody for New York Mills? Number 13, Hunter Holtby. And I think that covers everybody here for New York Mills and everybody for Barnesville. Right now it's Owen Riddle at the free throw line. And he'll miss it. Ethan Larson with a soccer move kicks it out of bounds. And a turnover. Riddle will pick it up. He'll fire it to Ballgreen. He scores. Minute 14 to go. Trojans with that full court press. They'll get it up court here for Kottbeiler, number 25, and now an unidentified player has the ball on number 3, and another turnover. Gannon Ballgreen will bring it down the court. He'll carry it. Yep, that'll be a turnover. Stops the clock with 56 seconds to go. They'll get into the backcourt. 53 seconds to go. If anybody from New York Mills is watching, you can tell me who number 3 is. I'll give him recognition. But right now, I don't know who he is. So there's a basket for Owen Riddle. 77-49.
Foul on the Trojans, number 21, Johnny Robideau.
Do you know what number 3 is? I don't have him in my roster. I do not. Fair enough. Thank you for trying. All right, so I asked some New York Mills fans, and they're not even sure who number 3 is. So 10 actually it's about 5 seconds as I start the clock a little bit late there, and that'll do it. New York Mills Eagles 77, the Barnesville Trojans 49 here at the Trojan Coliseum. The New York Mills Eagles, the first opponent to pick up a victory here at the Trojan Coliseum. Congratulations to them. They played some outstanding, phenomenal, impressive basketball tonight. And man, I would love to see them play again. I would absolutely love to see them play again. Maybe that'll happen sometime in the near future, but we'll take a commercial break. Come back with your post-game show right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Barnesville Senex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. And don't forget that Barnesville Senex has the Caribou Coffee kiosk open each day as well. They're also your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Senex. Call them 218-354-2139 or stop in to get everything you need at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Senex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. Ratzo's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzo's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzo's Pool Hall on Facebook, give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzo's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzo's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, CNS Cleaning and Restoration in Barnesville is the family-owned and operated business that you can trust to get you back to normal. Whether it's water damage from a flood, taking care of mold, establishing a carpet cleaning maintenance program, or cleaning your air ducts, the CNS motto is do it once and do it right. Call 218-329-8395 or visit cnsrestoration.com to learn about the services that CNS Cleaning and Restoration can provide for you.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
The mission of the Barnesville Booster Club is to support local charities and organizations, especially anything to do with kids and youth. You can contact the high school office for more information on how to join the Barnesville Booster Club. The Barnesville Booster Club has paid out over $800,000 to the community since 1989. Visit barnesville.k12.mn.us and click on the Booster Club under the Athletics tab for photos, Facebook link, and more information. The Barnesville Booster Club wishes the Trojans the best of luck in the game. Go Trojans!
You are invited to the Main Line in Downer, a place for your friends and the kids. You can browse the menu of all the favorites, burgers, chicken, pizza, amazing wings. Also, do not forget, they're open for breakfast. The Main Line also has a convenience store plus the end-of-the-line boutique shop that's filled with unique gifts for all your family and all your friends. The Main Line in Downer, 8 miles northeast of Barnesville or 8 miles southeast of Glendon. Order online or call in your order at 218-789-7610.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. Welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. Here's the Barnesville Trojans fall for the first time here in the Trojan Coliseum by the final score 77-49 to the now 23-1 New York Mills Eagles, and the Barnesville Trojans will drop to 13-9 overall on the season. And the win streak for the Eagles now goes to 11 games with the victory here tonight. Taking a look at some of the numbers here for the New York Mills Eagles. Let me pull them up on the phone. I was told that they were unofficial because I'd missed a basket in my stats, and apparently they'd missed one down there. So they're trying to confer with the New York Mills scorebook to see who they may have missed. And so this is going to be we're going to say 97% official here on the post-game stats. But let's pull ahead and pull up these are official. 19 of 55 shooting, with 19 of those attempts coming from behind the three-point line. Only 3 of 10, 30% from the Barnesville Senex free throw line this evening for the Trojans. They committed 11 fouls, 5 in the first half and 6 in the second half. And then they turned the ball over 19 times. So the Eagles only turned it over 11, committed 11 fouls as well.
For them, yeah, that's right. Yep. And 3 of 9 from the Barnesville Sags free throw line, 4 of 15 from behind the arc, 35 of 50 overall shooting. That includes 2 and 3-point attempts there. And the Eagles pick up the 77-49 win over the Barnesville Trojans here at the Barnesville Coliseum, or the Trojan Coliseum, excuse me. And let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers here. We'll start with our friends from New York Mills. Okay, this is flipping around on me, and I don't like that. But your leader was Noah Knopfsinger with 14. Tate Olson had him down for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 points for Tate Olson. And let's see here. Jack Peters had, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 for Jack Peters. Jonah Johnson had, let's see here, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Brian Bowen, let's see here, 5, 7, 9, 11. And Hench had 2 points. And that is your unofficial individual scoring here for the New York Mills Eagles. And for the Barnesville Trojans, 13 points for Zach Bredman. He led the way for the Barnesville Trojans tonight. Jack Nielsen added 3 to that total. Owen Riddle had a basket late in the game. Noah Kraus with 8 points. 3 points for Logan Ernst. And 8 points for Tate Iniger. 2 points for Ryan Rustad. Caden Zenzen fouled out with 6 points. Wyatt Suter had a basket. Gannon Ballgreen had a basket for 2, and that wraps up your individual scoring for the Barnesville Trojans. So once again, the Trojans fall 77-49 here as we take a look at what's coming up next here. Once again, you can find us online on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like if you haven't already, please. We'd certainly appreciate that. It helps. Believe it or not, it actually helps to give a thumbs up. You can also find us on Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter using the words Magnitude SN, as in Sports Network. And then Magnitude SN1 is how you can catch us on Instagram. And we post fairly regularly to all 4 of those social media sites. I think TikTok's the one we don't take care of the most. So, but we'll hopefully change that when you're in here tonight. So, Barnesville JV team wins 77-38 over the New York Mills Eagles, and once again 77-49 in the varsity game in favor of the New York Mills Eagles. Coming up here on Magnitude Sports, as we take a look at our schedule, Perm and Thief River Falls will be tipping off at 6 o'clock tomorrow, I think. I wonder if I might have that wrong. I'm thinking it's earlier in the day, like 2 o'clock or something like that. But I'll have to double-check that, and I'll update it if it needs to be updated. And then the Region 1 Championship game, let me see here if I can dig up some of my sources and see if we know who they're playing yet. I got a couple people that I can pull up on my phone really quick here and usually get updates from. Okay, last report as of 14 minutes ago, Northern Cass led 33-24 at halftime. So if Northern Cass can hang on to that lead, it'd be Northern Cass and Kindred tomorrow night on Magnitude Sports at 8 o'clock for the Region 1 Championship. So at last report, Northern Cass had a 33-24 lead over Central Cass in the semifinal, and the winner of that game will go to the championship to play Kindred, and that game will be on Magnitude Sports tomorrow night. Sunday, I'll have the honor of doing the Squirt International B2 Youth Hockey Championship game. That one, puck drops at 2:15. You can watch it on the Shields Arena Facebook Live page, and I'll have the play-by-play on that one. I've been doing that for 4 years now. We had an awesome game last Sunday, and hopefully this one will match the one from last Sunday as well. Perham and Breckenridge, 7:30 on Monday night. Kindred and Enderlin, boys basketball. The Barnesville Band Concert, 7:30 tonight, Monday night as well. And then we move into March with Barnesville, Wheaton Herman Norcross, Perham, Thief River Falls. And then Thursday, March 3rd, it'll be the Section 8 AA girls round one of the Section 8 AA girls basketball tournament. We'll have coverage of Perm in Barnesville, potentially, depending on if Barnesville plays on the road or plays at home. We're thinking it might be a road game. But like I said, we should know more by tomorrow or at the latest Sunday. And so by Sunday for sure, we'll know exactly who's playing who, and we'll know exactly who we're covering and where and when and all that good stuff. So that is the latest that we know on that one there. So yeah, you can dig deeper into that schedule on our Facebook page at facebook.com/magnitudesn. You get a little bit, a couple of days further into March. March 14th will be our first baseball game, as we'll be heading down to Vero Beach, Florida, for the Post 400 Stars out of Fargo. They'll be taking on. I don't have that particular schedule memorized, but whoever they're taking on, we'll have it for you here on Magnitude Sports. Certainly looking forward to that. Scoreboard shut off. Everything's about a wrap. We have one more thing to do here, and that's select a Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery player of the game. And, well, before we do that, I'm not sure what they're setting up here. I'm not sure if there's anything I need to be aware of. Let's bring it back to our live camera here, but setting up chairs apparently. So if they do anything spectacular here in the near future, we'll bring it to you live. But I'm guessing they're setting up for a future event of some sort. So let's see here. Where were we at again? Oh, yeah, player of the game. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with that Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery player of the game right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. All right, welcome back to the Trojan Coliseum. 77-49 your final in favor of the New York Mills Eagles, and it's time to select a Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery player of the game. We're going to give one to each team, and we're going to go with the easy one first, and that's going to be Zach Bredman for the Barnesville Trojans. He'll be our Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery player of the game, and now comes the hard part. Who do we select for player of the game for New York Mills? They had 3 or 4 players in double digits, and all of them gave a pretty much equal they contributed equally. There we go. in the winning effort here for the New York Mills Eagles. And it's so hard to decide. You could go with Knopfsinger, you could go with Olson, you could go with Jack Peters. You could also go with Jonah Johnson. I mean, it's honestly almost a photo finished tie for player of the game between those 4 players. But Jonah Johnson, he hit a couple threes that were pretty. Or am I thinking of? Yeah, he did hit a couple threes. As I look back at my stat book, Noah Knopfsinger hit a couple threes, one early and he had one in each half. And but I think the player of the game is going to go to Tate Olson for the New York Mills Eagles. And like I said, you can argue another player if you'd like, but Tate Olson had pretty much even scoring in both halves, and he went 3 of 6 from the free throw line. As a matter of fact, he was the only player for New York Mills to make a free throw. Everybody else who went to the free throw line for the Eagles was 0%, according to my unofficial stats. So we're going to go with Tate Olson. I had him down for, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I had him down for 19 points, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. And he had 10 of those 19 points in the first half, 9 of those 19 points in the second half. And, in addition to the points, he just had some pretty plays, whether it was mid-air alley-oops or mid-air passes or behind-the-back passes or no-look passes across the paint. And I know a few other players did the same thing. But, yeah, we're going to go with Tate Olson as our Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery player of the game for the New York Mills Eagles, and Zach Bredman as our Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery player of the game for the Barnesville Trojans. So congratulations to those two young men. And once again, coming up here for the New York Mills Eagles, they have 2 more games. They're both at home. Monday, February 28th, they'll host Sabika, and then they'll wrap up the regular season on Tuesday, March 1st against Browerville Eagle Valley. And then the Barnesville Trojans will be at home for their final home game of the regular season, Tuesday, March 1st, against Wheaton Herman Norcross. And then they'll finish the regular season on the road at Pelican Rapids. The Wheaton Herman Norcross game will be on Magnitude. The Pelican Rapids game will be on the Pelican Rapids YouTube channel, and the Pelican Rapids game is Friday, March 4th, which replaces the originally scheduled game for Barnesville on the road in East Grand Forks. So because of the weather, they had to keep the conference game and dump the non-conference game. So they will take on Pelican Rapids for their final game of the regular season. Like I said, tomorrow or Sunday, at the worst-case scenario, we'll know the 8AA brackets for the postseason, who's playing who and where and all that good stuff. So we'll update our schedule as soon as that information is provided for us. But we do intend to provide some postseason coverage here for Barnesville and Perham. We'll be coming to our sponsors soon, seeing what you can help us out with. We'll put it that way. So whether you're a New York Mills fan or a Barnesville fan, thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and we certainly appreciate you, and we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know the Eagles fans enjoyed it a little bit more with the final score, 77-49. Have a great night. We'll talk to you again soon.
Proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.